Now this review from the DWRG by Robert Thomas, published on the 7th of the 10th, 2000. White does not always go with everything. Let's be honest, we all know that Warriors is a story with a lot of problems. It isn't a bad story. Like I said, it just has a lot of problems. Even though I like this story a lot, it can be used as a template to show the negative aspects of the Davison era. Bringing back familiar old adversaries does not necessarily result in a bad story. Omega, the Master, the Cybermen, and the Black Guardian all featured in some good stories that cemented their reputation in the Davison era, but in my view the Silurians and Sea Devils suffered the most in their Davison era reappearance. Again, let's be honest, when we think of the Sea Devils, we think of them emerging from the sea in their debut story. The only good thing that they come away with here is their new samurai image. Also, when I think Silurian, I think of the trek across the moors and they're running around the sets of their debut story too. I don't like their metallic voices here, as they could easily have just been a group of robots. The only thing I do like is their reaction to the humans and the Doctor. The problem with them is that they just don't seem to suit a studio-bound story, especially a claustrophobic one like this. I don't believe in kicking a dog when it is down, so I won't take this opportunity to slag off the pantomime horse, or the meerkat as it is sometimes known. The story itself is a little simplistic. The speech about the gas gives away the plot in the first 15 minutes. For technology, and especially Maddox's relation to it, is very well handled. The political side is nice, and with the scheming and double dealing, the viewer is left wondering why the monsters were not left out, and this aspect part of the main plot. On the acting front, only the Dr. Turlough, Vorshak, and Bulick are on form. In the case of Tegan, this is because she is ignored and given little to do, which is one reason why I like this story. The Doctor is approaching his peak, as we would see in this season. The last line is as great as we have been told it is. Turlough can't seem to decide if he has any courage or is a coward, which in turn makes good viewing as his guild catches up with him. The best aspect of the story, however, is the model work. The ship and the base are amongst Doctor Who's best. This brings me to the main problem I have with this story. It's a niggly little aspect, but the interior of an underground base should not be white, even if it is in the future. What it should be is something more industrialist and in line with the sets of Terminus. I really like this story, but it can be summarised with one fact. During this season, John Nathan Turner must have thought, let's give the opening story the lowest budget and concentrate on the series finale. Yes, let's give that the top effort and the biggest budget. There's no justice, is there? Well, technically the series finale would be the Twin Dilemma, which looks cheaper than anything else in the season, though he's clearly referring to Caves of Androzani, which sure enough did live up to the description he offers there. And we'll find that out later in this retrospective here. Thanks again, once again, everyone.